aerodynamics in some way. So now we have a presentation from Nikia Pushchin, still from the same group from Moscow, and telling us about flight measurements and trying to extract and study measurements. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and let me introduce myself. My name is Nikia Pushchin. I am a fourth-year bachelor student of Department of Aeromechanics and Flight Engineering of Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology, and today I would like to tell you about micro-air vehicles unsteady characteristics in flight measurement with the help of Smart Autopilot. My presentation is divided into 6 parts. First part is introduction. The second part is experimental equipment, which including description of registration device and the aircraft. Then I will tell you some theoretical background. After this, methodic of experiment, and then theoretical and experimental results, and final part of my presentation is conclusion. Okay, let's start. Unsteady characteristics of IMAV can strongly affect on its flight performance, such as controllability, stability, and so on. But up to now, there was investigations for our large aircraft. The characteristic of small ones can differ from this because of rather small values of Reynolds number and aircraft inertia characteristics. But the knowledge of these characteristics is important for IMAV design. So it is required to check if the formulas for large aircraft are applicable for small one, or we need to correct their formulas. There are two main ideas in our investigation. The first is to use autopilot system as the flight parameters recorder, and the second idea is to separate the influence of inertia parameters and the influence of aerodynamical effects. Now move on to experimental equipment. The main idea for the flight parameters registration is to use the small size autopilot. Among the autopilots available was chosen Smart Autopilot. The main features of this device are small size and lightweight. Also a powerful microcontroller, 9 degrees of freedom inertial measurement unit, which includes 3-axis accelerometer, 3-axis gyroscope, and 3-axis magnetometer. Also it includes pressure sensor for altitude measurement, SD card for in-flight data logging, and so on. So if you need more detailed information about Smart Outboard, please visit the website sky-drones.com. So now a few words about experimental about the aircraft. It is ordinary self-made indoor plane. One moment. This aircraft has rather low mass for this wing area, so the inertial effects in unsteady motion are much more or less than damping aerodynamical effect. This enables to investigate more easily the unsteady characteristics, the unsteady aerodynamical derivatives. Now move on to next part of presentation and tell about theoretical background. As you know, the equations of disturbed motion form the system of 8 differential equations that is very difficult or impossible for analytical research. One of the ways for analysis simplification was to divide the motion on longitudinal and delayed Also, the solutions of equations for the both motions, longitudinal and lateral, are of the form of x per lambda. There are 4 values of lambda, 2 of them are with large absolute values, and 2 are with small absolute values. The type of motion, oscillatory or periodic, depends on the aerodynamic and inertial characteristics of IMAV. So if the real part of lambda is negative, then the disturbed motion is damped. Now I'll tell you about method of experiment. The SmartUp board was installed in between standard RC receiver and servos. It provides the capability to register both pilot's input data and aircraft's behavior in form of linear accelerations, angular rates, angles, and airspeed. The frequency of data recording was chosen 50 Hz, and also the additional masses were placed on the wings to change the inertia characteristics. So you can see 2 graphs, number 1 and number 2. Here you can see signals from transmitter, red line, and the reaction of airplane, pitch, it's blue line. So here you can see a periodic motion. Next point is theoretical and experimental results. A set of test flights were made on the experimental airplane with autopilot, and the records of flight parameters were obtained. Theoretical results relatively coincide with the flight data in first approximation. Also, the other types of aircraft, for example, tailless configuration and unconventional configurations, are planned to be investigated. And my presentation is finished. Conclusion: first stage of unsteady IMAV characteristics obtaining methodic development with the help of micro autopilot was made, and theoretical data were obtained, and a set of flight experiments were made. So thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them.
Well, we have a bit of time just to compare this work with your own association of extraction of data from flight. Yeah.